You know what's funny? I've been watching a lot of historical dramas lately and fell for the beauty of hanboks. Do you remember those we used to wear on traditional holidays? Today I decided to dive into our own culture. Just like you'd dive into your coding, I visited this hanbok exhibition, right? Met this enthusiastic tour guide, Sujin, who could barely contain her excitement when I showed interest in the fabric textures and designs. She could tell all these stories just by touching the silk and looking at the patterns. It's quite like what I do in the kitchen, observing, feeling, and transforming simple ingredients into a piece of art on a plate. When she shared how each hanbok color and design has significance, it struck me how intricate and significant food can be as well. Isn't it amazing how blending different elements can create something beautiful like a dish or a dress? Chatting with Juwon and Yuna later got me thinking about how we all have our own arenas, our own passion spaces. They really liked hearing about the hanbok exhibition, and Juwon even mentioned making a hanbok-themed strategy game. Basically, today was quite filled with absorbing and sharing knowledge about our country's rich heritage. With these beautiful, vivid images of hanboks in my mind, I stepped into the kitchen at work. It was like I was painting on a canvas with my sauces and seasonings. I can't wait to try incorporating elements of what I learned today into my dishes. Imagine presenting a dish like presenting a hanbok with every part having a story. Anyway, I feel like I've been rambling too much. But you know it's exciting when you discover something new about something you thought you already knew. Have you ever experienced that in your work? Like suddenly seeing a line of code in a completely different light? Kind of random, but I was just curious. So I took your advice and tried out my first full restorative yoga session today. And guess what? It was a head clearer, for sure. So, unlike my usual active routines, this one was more about stretching and releasing tension, you know. Yara, the instructor, was really patient and guided me through the poses. We were in a temple, all traditional and quiet. Let me tell you, it felt like pouring warm honey into your soul. If you're in Seoul, you should really try Yara's sessions. She could pretty much be a spiritual guru. She had this calm about her. You could tell she meditates. Her serene vibe put me at ease straight away, and before I knew it, I was deep into poses I didn't know I could do. And you know what's funny? Now I'm thinking about how the mindfulness from yoga could help us in our everyday lives. Like in my kitchen, imagine being totally focused and peaceful, not worrying about the rising dough or the pasta on the stove. Believe me, it's a game changer. My chat with Juwon and Yuna later made me realize we've all got our unique spheres of peace. Juwon finds it in his code lines, I guess, and Yuna probably in the underwater world she loves. Yuna even sparked an idea in my mind to mix seaweed into an Italian dish. Korean meets Italian sounds fancy, right? Well, I'll have to start experimenting. Wish me luck. Juwon, meanwhile, is busy cracking his programming codes. And here I am putting on my culinary thinking cap, gearing up for some kitchen scheming. Yuna joked that my chef hands aren't meant for coding, but who knows, maybe I could come up with a code cracker recipe. Imagine that. We'd have a dish for every occupation. Anyways, I'm about to go get my hands doughy and my mind cooking up an exciting new dish. Just imagine, an Italian dish with a Korean twist. Can't wait to see how it turns out. But first, some deep breaths and calming yoga poses to bring the day to a peaceful close. Gosh, I've been rambling, haven't I? Anyway, hope you're enjoying your day as much as I am. I'll let you know how my fusion experiment goes tomorrow, and I better get back at it. Catch you later, mate. Isn't it amazing how some simple daily routines can bring so much joy? I decided to begin my day with a new habit of writing a gratitude journal. Just wanted to capture those little joys of life, you know. The smell of fresh dough in the morning, the taste of a perfectly creamy carbonara, the satisfying clunk of chalk on rock during bouldering, all these little things. Jotting down these moments of happiness makes me savor and appreciate them more. It just shows how many good things happen daily. And that's what makes life richer. A few appetizing golden cookies in my oven, a warm cafe au lait, a random out-of-the-blue compliment from Yuhuan about my new Italian-Korean fusion dish. These are what life is made of, right? That's what Juhuan, Yuna, and I were talking about in our group chat. Yuna mentioned starting her gratitude journal again, after hearing me ramble on about mine. And you know what's funny? Juhuan was going on about him taking up the idea too. There's something you don't see every day, a coder with a gratitude journal, right? Anyways, trying to freeze these moments of delightful joy has shown me so many little things that I tend to overlook or forget amidst the grind. Honestly, it's like the soft browning of a well-built sourdough loaf in the oven. It's not immediately noticeable amidst all the hustle and bustle of the kitchen. But when you really pay attention, there's this slight, beautiful change that leaves you with this warm feeling of accomplishment. It's the same feeling I get when I pluck out a journal entry from the past and relive the joy of that moment. It's truly therapeutic, just like Yuna pointed out. Anyway, it's been really nice talking about these bits and bobs. It gets surprisingly intense, writing about your own joyful moments. Like observing a simmering tomato sauce, you look away for one moment and it might just bubble over in your excitement. I'm so pumped to hear Juhuan's gratitude stories over dinner tomorrow. Who knows, maybe I can use them as inspiration for a new recipe. You know, our lives could be the secret ingredients to a fantastic new dish. An adventurous underwater filmmaker, a creative coder, and a spirited cook, all bound together in a gratifying concoction. Ah, there goes my imagination running wild again, kind of like the first time I saw the Eiffel Tower and thought of making a dough structure of the same. Okay, now that's too ambitious even for me. Learning to code with Juhuan is more likely. Well, I guess I gotta get back to work now. My kitchen needs my meditative attention. I'm prepping ingredients for this new recipe, and I don't want a burnt pot of pasta. So, I guess I will catch up with you later on. Let's chat about the most delightful sights, sounds, tastes, and moments soon. Until then, be savoring, be jotting, and most importantly, be grateful.